All right, so I haven't played Helldivers in quite some time. I think I played it for a little bit, and I played a little bit with Beardo, and I played it a little bit with my friend. It was pretty fun when it came out, but I felt like once you get to like level 25, a lot of the cool stuff like you're gonna get, it's you know, it just gets harder and harder. It's PvE, and I think that you can only do so much of the game. I know that there's a bunch of new updates that came out for the game where you can actually fight giant like AT-ATs or something like that, but the thing is, a couple of days ago, from the PC Gamer, the United Nations asked Helldivers 2 studio Arrowhead if it give a talk on psychological manipulation. Could we brainwash an entire community to fight for a fascist state? Would we be okay with that? Turns out, yeah. So, if you played Helldivers, you are a fascist. That's crazy. Oh man. If you've played Helldivers for more than about 15 seconds, you're probably well acquainted with the game's wry sense of humor. A la Starship Troopers, the game sees players dying in droves as disposable soldiers in the name of the theoretical democratic utopia. Not that they'd ever see it, as they're all too busy getting torn apart by giant bugs and landing supply drops on each other's heads. In a talk at 2025's GDC conference entitled Helldivers 2 Capturing Lightning in a Bottle, CEO of Arrowhead, Johan Pelested? Sounds weird. Reiterated for anyone out of the loop that yes, the game is meant to be ironic and fight for Super Earth was always meant to paint players as dispensable henchmen. What is Helldivers 2? Fundamentally, it would probably be fun to play co-op action shooter where you're put in the shoes of these of the evil side of grunts of pop culture. How many seconds would you be able to survive? Of course, you might start to wonder how fun it'll actually be once you consider the implications of dressing players up in fascist uniforms and calling them to arms under the banner of an imperial state to die, and die again in the name of democracy. We asked ourselves, could we brainwash an entire community to fight for a fascist state? Would we be okay with that? And it turns out, yeah, actually, it can. So, if you played the game, you are a fascist. And if you like it and you are continue playing the game right now, you are a fascist, which is crazy. But it wasn't just players whose heads were turned by Helldivers' a sardonic spin on imperial warfare. They also garnered the attention of a little organization you might have heard of called the United Nations. Actually, we got a message from the UN asking if we want to talk in some form about psychological defense against manipulation. And I think that maybe the UN is talking about this to a gaming company is because that's what the UN wants to do. I think the UN wants to basically control everything and become a fascistic organization. And I'm glad that Donald Trump is like legitimately thinking about pulling out of the UN, which we should, right? We pay a lot of money to the UN. We're the one who actually fronts a lot of the money to these other countries, and they don't even do half the amount, which is wild. We do it all in fun and good spirits, and we actually try to get people to recognize the signs of what is totalitarian state. If you start wearing the same uniform as everybody else and do salutes constantly, you might be in a totalitarian regime. It's unclear if Arrowhead actually had any further discussions with the UN, but it speaks volumes to the game's far-reaching influence and evocative riffs on fascist propaganda. Games are not unfamiliar with these sorts of discussions, but rarely does one invite them so bluntly. To drive to the point home and prevent Helldivers 2 from getting too depressing, Arrowhead pulled on the shiny patriotic aesthetics of the US, the EU, and the UN itself, as well as the mantras of regimes like Nazi Germany and North Korea. It creates pleasing aesthetics because there's something totalitarian regimes are really good at: pleasing aesthetics. So basically, the reason why aesthetics, right? So basically how it looks, pleasing aesthetics. The reason why Nazi Germany was able to do crazy shit and annihilate millions of people is because they have pleasing aesthetics. I don't even know what to say, man. I don't know what to say, but so basically the game is coming together as Super Earth, killing bugs and robots. Black and white, plain as day, crystal clear. Okay? There is no interfighting between humans anymore. Now we come together and kill bugs and robots. That's fascism. But the thing is, Reddit is not too happy. Reddit is pissed. Let's go and zoom in right over here. Right? So this is Reddit right over here. And this is actually the reviews that I found on Reddit that's actually from the game. Right over here. Okay, guys, Arrowhead believes we are fascist role-playing as Helldivers, and playing as Helldivers looks like we're meant not to play this game at the start. Right over here. Here's another one, thumbs down. The developers hate you, the player, and think that you are dumb little fascists in real life for enjoying their game. They think they tricked you into being a fascist and are now talking with the UN on how they did it. That's crazy that the United Nations actually are interested. Hey, how did you guys brainwash your players to becoming fascists? Because we would like to do that too. That's insane, man. I don't know, guys. I'm not a fan of developers claiming to brainwashing an entire community to fight for a fascist state. So they hate their players, especially the ones with RP as universe characters. Yeah, I played with my brother, and there was this guy that was RPing as like a what's it called again? A drill sergeant, which is wild. Another one, due to recent events, I cannot recommend this game nor the devs. If you play this game, Arrowhead thinks that you are an easily manipulated, probably, I don't know, fascist, according to the recent interview with none other than the UN. Developer hate you, don't buy the game. The developer are pure bug posters. I regret supporting their studio with my patronage of this game. Yeah, this is the Brain Dead Studio. Why? I think that Arrowhead Studios was really good when the game came out. The game was doing really well, and ever since the whole what's it called, a community manager issue with them saying that you know, basically being woke and shit like that, saying a bunch of random stuff and banning people from the Discord. And now seeing this, I don't really care about playing this game anymore, right? Like, I haven't played this game in a long time already, but I don't think I'll ever go back to it. Like, I did double dip and buy the game twice, right? Why can't they just make a game and not say anything? Why do you have to be activists? Why do you have to say, oh, we are, you know, the UN is reaching out to us, asking us how were we able to brainwash our players? Because the UN wants to do that too? Freaking weird, bro. Freaking weird. I don't get it, right? Can't wait to see someone argue playing Helldivers is worse than protesting at Tesla. I don't know, man. These people are freaking absolutely crazy.